So I've wanted to make a video on Mortal Kombat 1 for quite a while now, but I didn't quite know how to actually put all my thoughts into words. And I still don't really. I haven't scripted this video, so if there's a couple ahs, it's simply because I'm just saying what's coming to my head as soon as it comes to my head. The first thing I want to discuss about this game, because I know you're looking at the title and you might agree with me, you might disagree, and that's perfectly fine. But I think we can all agree that as of now, Mortal Kombat 1 is pretty dead. There isn't much going on with it. There's a lot of issues with the game, a lot of desync issues with Combat League, and overall I think that the experience, the overall package of Mortal Kombat 1 is not being received too well right now. And a lot of us know, for those who didn't know, I'll inform you now, Mortal Kombat 1 lost to Street Fighter 6 at the Game Awards for Best Fighting Game. But a lot of you might find that justified. A lot of people might be confused and think Mortal Kombat 1 is a great game. And in this video, I'm going to discuss why it is a great game, but also why I think it deserved to lose that award. So, I want to end the video on a more of a positive note, so I do want to discuss the more negative things about the game, and then, as I said, we'll end the video talking about things that make this game pretty damn good. So, the bad things, let's get the most obvious one out of the way, is the microtransactions. Games that you have to pay for straight away shouldn't be making you pay for things like cosmetics and easy fatalities. You shouldn't need to buy those things. Now, in saying that, you can earn crystal things just by playing the game. However, that stops eventually. You can't just keep earning them, unfortunately. If it was like, if you earn this currency by leveling up and that's your reward for leveling up, that'd be fine. But it does stop once you level up your characters. And as we know, this game is pretty grindy. The last Mortal Kombat game was pretty grindy as well. And you need to spend hours playing this game. Or you can use your real money. Now, a lot of us know about the whole, Halloween fatality and all the other ones costing money, which is ridiculous, right? You shouldn't need to pay money for something like that. Skins, you can at least sort of understand, even though they are asking too much money. $10 for a skin or a fatality is just ridiculous. And that, you could argue, that's probably the worst thing about this game. I'd say that as of now, like the desync issues, stuff like that, is really plaguing the game. I haven't actually looked, but I'm assuming that it's losing a lot of players. Not to sound impatient, because I honestly don't care, but I think the fact that they're not releasing the DLC characters quick enough, I think, in order to keep people interested. As I said, I don't really care, because I actually haven't bought the Kombat pack because I don't think it's very good. But I haven't bought it because, again, I don't like it, but also because there's no real reason to, I don't think. Also, having to pay, at least where I live, you have to pay $8 for a cameo fighter and like $12 for a base character. And that's fine, like $10 or however many for a proper, full character with a full moveset, that's fine. That's not bad at all. Like that's fair. But having to pay, $7-8 for a cameo fighter is just ridiculous. Like, they're a character that does 4 moves. I find it crazy that it's that much. And that's also why I'm pretty against buying this pack, because I don't want to spend my money on a cameo fighter, which I guess is more of a way to incentivize you to buy the combat pack. But I'm not doing that. Another negative I want to talk about is the story. This story is the most, out of all of NetherRealm's, I'd say it's probably the best, but it's also the one I hate the most, if that makes any sense. So, I'd say that I like how it's shot. I like a lot of different story angles that they take it with the different characters. I think the new ways that they go about it, like how Liu Kang is sort of like Raiden's role now, how Geras is actually like a good guy. I love that type of stuff. But then there's things even like Melina and Kitana actually being sisters, and Melina being older, that type of thing. I don't mind that. But then there's some things I really hate. I like that Sub-Zero and Scorpion are brothers, but I don't know, I hate Scorpion being called Liang. I just hate it. I think it was a terrible choice. And like, one thing I really don't like is that this is meant to be a new timeline with a bunch of new things. However, it seems like they're taking it in the same direction. As I just said, you know, speaking about Scorpion and Sub-Zero, I guess spoilers, but it's been out for like 4 or 5 months, so I don't know if I need to say that, but basically Scorpion and Smoke head off and they form the Shirai Ryu, which, as we know, in the, you know, previous timeline, Scorpion was a part of the Shirai Ryu, and that's why he was enemies with Sub-Zero, because he's part of the Lin Kuei. Now, of course, they're brothers, that's a whole different story, and of course, Sub-Zero was Lin Kuei in the last timeline, but he was Kuai Liang. So yes, Smoke being Shirai Ryu is a different story, but they're still doing a similar thing to the last timeline, which I don't like. I think that if you're going to make things so different to start off with, you should stick with it and make it completely different. Now, I don't completely hate this story. As a lot of you might know, Sub-Zero is my favorite character, which is probably why I hate this story so much. I think he was done incredibly dirty, but I won't rant about that right now. Anyways, I've just said all this, so you're probably thinking I hate the game. I don't. This game has a lot of positives to it. Now, this is such like a, I guess, for lack of better words, a really lame thing to start off with, but the game looks great. I mean, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because, yeah, if it looked worse, then it wouldn't be good. I will say, though, I don't even think it looks better than MK11, though. There are times when I look at the face models and I'm like, this doesn't even look as good as MK11, but it's still, like, an impressive looking game. I will say that this game gets a lot of shit for the customization, and while, yeah, I think it's worse than MK11, I do actually like, I think there's better options for characters in this game, and I actually kind of like that it's only one gear piece now, because it makes it a little less, I guess, time consuming to unlock all this gear. Now, it can be a little weird when you have a character, you know, like Sub-Zero, Scorpion, any of the ninjas really, but it doesn't even have to be the ninjas, where you can customize their mask, but then they have like another weapon like a sword or something, but you can't customize that. That is a little weird, but my main issue with it is just that it just means that it's more likely you're going to have the same outfit as someone else. In MK11 that almost never happened, because even if you're wearing the same skin, it doesn't mean it was going to be the same color, or you might have a different, you know, I don't know, different sword, different mask. But in this game, it's more likely you'll have the exact same loadout as someone else, which isn't really a big deal. It's just something I've sort of noticed. Another thing I want to say, and this is sort of similar to how it is a part of how it looks, of course, but it's a very pretty game, like not necessarily graphically, but like the colors look great. In MK11, the game looked, I don't know why my voice skipped there. In MK11, the game looked really nice, because in MKX it was a very dark game. As much as I loved that game, it was really dark. In MK11 it looked pretty good, and in this game the stages are amazing, and that's probably the main point I'm trying to make here. The colors in the stages are so much better. They look really, really good. Now, my favorite thing about MK1, and this is the reason I play this game every day, even though I do think it has a lot of issues, is just the gameplay. It's actually really fun. Most people would say MKX is the funnest Mortal Kombat game, and up until this game I would have agreed, but I honestly think this game's funner than MKX. I'm not too sure why, but I find it, in MKX it was, some characters were really hard to learn like right off the bat, but if you got good with them, you got really good. In this game, I think almost every character is pretty simple, but then mastering them is pretty as difficult as MKX, and it feels so rewarding when you do get like the timing down for the attacks, when you're doing, you know, 10 to 20 hit combos. It's crazy. And yeah, the gameplay in this game is just really good. That's the main reason I think that this game is great, even though I've spent a lot of time critiquing it. Even in the positives I was saying some negative things, but I do love this game, and it might be my favorite Mortal Kombat game since MK9. So, you know, don't think I hate this game. If you love this game, I completely understand that, and I do too. I just think that it has a lot of issues that need to be fixed, but it has a lot of potential. And the the main reason I think it lost to Street Fighter is because it didn't have a lot of things it needed to at, base launch. It didn't have a lot of things that it needs to compete with other fighting games. Simple things like online, like lobbies and things like that, like Wi-Fi filters, cross platform like play, being able to play with, Xbox players when you're on PlayStation. That isn't a thing yet. Now, obviously, I'm not a game developer, so I don't know how easy or hard that is. I'm not trying to critique them about that, but I'm just saying that all the other fighting games have that, so it kind of made it a weaker entry for best fighting game. Now, do I wish it won that award? 100% I do, but I understand why it didn't. So we'll have to see, because Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate won Fighting Game of the Year in, I think it was 2021, maybe, and I don't even remember when Ultimate came out. I feel old now, but still, that won Fighting Game of the Year, and Mortal Kombat 11 had come out like 2 years prior, so once the final edition of this game comes out, we'll just have to wait and see if it wins the award then. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I hope to see you in my next video.